Why do capable people still procrastinate on what matters most? Not laziness, it's avoidance. It's avoidance of decisions, discomfort, sometimes even success. And until you address that, no productivity system is going to stick.
Welcome to the Goalbusters Expert Peak Productivity Tips podcast, where top business experts get just 7 minutes to answer 5 rapid-fire questions about what they do and how they stay productive.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Robin J. Emden, and I'm an accountability coach and the author of Get Resultsology, The Science of Getting Stuff Done. I work with people who run their own business. No boss, distractions everywhere, and never enough hours in the day. Together, we cut through the noise, sharpen their focus, and follow through on the big ideas that actually move the needle. That's what I call the momentum formula. Do it today, profit tomorrow, and repeat. So if that sounds like the kind of breakthrough that you've been looking for, then you're in exactly the right place. And speaking of being in exactly the right place, I am absolutely delighted to welcome our guest expert today, Larisa Makuch. Larisa works with professional women to achieve their dreams with clarity, confidence, and conviction. As the founder of Abundance Academy and author of Stop Procrastinating Your Life Away, she empowers her clients to trade their stress and overwhelm for a life of abundance with purpose. Larisa, welcome to Goalbusters.
It is so amazing being here. Thanks for having me.
I'm amazed you're here too. Actually, I absolutely love the fact that you're here. I'm really thrilled and looking forward to this. Whereabouts in the world are you, Larisa?
I'm in Toronto, Canada.
Oh, I've heard that's a beautiful part of the world. I've not been. I have relatives there, but they've told me that, so it must be true.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. We have 4 seasons.
That's a good start. That's a very good start. All right, so that's also me waffling on, and don't get me started on seasons and the weather, or we'll be here all day and not get any work done, and that's no good. Shall I get the clock up on the screen instead and start the questions?
Absolutely.
Okay, and there it goes. Larisa, could you tell me, please, who is your ideal client?
I work with high achieving professionals and business owners who are doing pretty well, but they are leaving results on the table. They have ideas, they have goals, they have ambition, but they are inconsistent with execution, which I'm sure you can relate to. So they stay really, really busy, but don't necessarily move the needle as much as they'd like.
Yes, totally relate to that, as you would expect. All right, so then obviously you've alluded to it already in defining your ideal client, but maybe you could explain a little bit more about the problem or problems that you solve for them.
Yeah, I'd say I help people close the gap between dreaming and doing, between intention and execution. And a lot of times people think they need to learn more, grow more, do more, but they don't have a knowledge problem. They have a follow through problem. So 9 out of 10 times people know exactly what to do. They're just like, I just can't do it. It's just not happening. Or I'm doing it and I'm not getting the results I want because they overthink, they delay, they stay in planning mode. Like planning is great, but when you don't get out of planning, nothing happens, nothing moves. So instead of making real clear decisions and moving forward consistently, um, they stay stuck. So we bring structure to that so they can move forward and then build momentum. And I often say, you move forward, but then you might stop. You move forward, you might stop. So you've got to move forward and keep moving forward to build the momentum. It's easy to speed up once you've got the right kind of momentum going.
Yes, momentum is the secret ingredient that so many people seem to forget about, and you and I, of course, have an insight into that, and I understand you're completely on the money with that. All right, so what is one valuable free action that the audience can implement that will help them to at least move somewhere towards solving this problem for themselves?
So this is something that's uncomfortable and a little bit unconventional, but I think when you really look at the cost of not doing it. So often people are like, well, what am I going to get when I get this? What's the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? But if you don't think about what it's costing you to stay stuck, what it's costing you to do certain actions the wrong way, what it's costing you to not do certain actions, it's big. And so the question is, if nothing changes, let's say in the next year, What's it actually going to cost me? And then quantify it. So you've got to go do the math. You've got to make sure you actually write the math down, pull out your little calculator and quantify how much money is it going to cost you not to grow or to stay stuck? How much time is it going to cost you? How many missed opportunities? And it might not be a lot on a daily basis, but on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis, it adds up. A lot can happen when you just get your act in gear. It's not necessarily comfortable for people. Some people want to puke their guts out. However, if your brain is wired to be in survival mode, and this might be the wake-up call you need, you're more likely to take action on something that's painful than pleasurable. I work in the world of abundance. God is there for you. We want to have an abundant life. We encourage everyone to have big dreams, big, juicy, yummy dreams. And you might need a kick in the pants to get there, because staying comfortably uncomfortable is unfortunately where most people are at.
Yes, I can see that's going to be a bonus chapter, how to get a good kick in the pants to
I
get you
love
there.
kicking the pants.
Yes, I
Pants kicks are
completely
what I do.
understand what you're saying and completely relate. It's almost like you're inside my head and you're like, oh my goodness, she really knows me well. All right, so now that we have a little bit of a better understanding of what you do, and I stress a little bit because that's my fault. I've only given you 3 minutes. That's not very fair, really. But let's dive briefly into goal busting, which is focusing on how to maximize productive time to go some way towards achieving your business goals. Very apt topic considering what we both do, but could you share any tips or advice for someone looking to improve their productivity habits? And I was about to say, because I'm greedy and I always want more.
Yeah. Okay. So I like looking at things in duality. There's something called the law of polarity, which states everything has an opposite, right? Black, white, hot, cold, right, left. It's all opposites, up, down. And so often the things we're seeking, when we do something opposite to what we want, it's just on the polar end of the spectrum. And so we love incorporating both structure and flow. We find a lot of people that are super structured, they want the systems, they want the processes, but they don't have the dream. People that are like big dreamers don't have the systems and processes. And so it's really important that you create systems, processes, structure, and and those buckets to operate in. However, you need to have some creative movement within them. And when you start looking at life like little boxes or little buckets, but that have freedom and flow inside of them, it gives you the best of both worlds, because you can be creative and you can be structured to move forward. And a lot of times, people want to base their success on their feelings, but you can't. You need evidence. You need to feel the feelings to motivate you to get going. Feelings are great. However, feelings are not evidence of success. So even knowing that, you can start separating the two things so that you know what goes where. You enjoy the feelings while they're good, but don't let feelings knock you down, because they're irrelevant to your success
And
ultimately.
okay, that's very clear and excellent. I'm really excellent. I'm not just making that up. I'm not just saying that. I was hanging on your every word. So what should I have asked you today, Larissa, that I didn't? And what would your answer be, please?
Why do capable people still procrastinate on what matters most?
Which is an excellent question. And your answer?
Not laziness, it's avoidance. It's avoidance of decisions, discomfort, sometimes even success. And until you address that, no productivity system is going to stick. There's so much going on in here. We think up here, but you've got to start learning how to connect to the unconscious mind and the stuff that's going on below the surface, because that is what drives 95% of your success. And that's what 99% of people miss.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And we did that all in 7 minutes, even with me waffling on in between
Round of
your. So,
applause.
yeah, it's a little round
I'm
of
giving myself
applause.
a round of applause,
Yay.
pat on the back. High five.
Absolutely.
I have a kid. I have a kid. So
Well, you've got another one
stepped out
now.
of
All
my
right.
comfort zone.
I literally was hanging on your every word. It is literally like you were inside my head and reading my mind as you were going through that. It's absolutely wonderful. So many great insights there, which just leaves me with the final question I always ask at this point. It's not one of our 5, but it's the one I always ask at this point, which is a two-parter, which is part 1, how can people reach you? And you've already tipped me off beforehand when we were in the green room. Actually, people can reach you by getting your valuable free resource. And you've told me what it is, and I'm really excited about this. So please share your valuable free resource with us and tell us more about it.
Drum roll is da, 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 da. This is my book. It's called Stop Procrastinating Your Life Away. Discover the secrets to more time, money, and freedom. And it walks you through how to break out of delay, how to get clear on what actually matters, and follow through, because that's where the rubber meets the road. So you can grab a copy at the link in the show notes or at stopprocrastinatingbook.com. So absolutely free. You don't just get the first chapter, you get the whole thing, because we actually want you to read it. We made it fairly short and accessible so that you can read it quickly and get through it, but go through it again and again and again and actually do the things it says, and it'll work for you. If you actually do the things it says, hit the pause button and follow through, it's going to make a world of difference. So this is one of the best entry points to my work, stopprocrastinatingbook.com.
Fantastic, and I mean that, absolutely wonderful. And the cover is just amazing. I wish I had hair, and then I'd be on my own cover. But seriously,
anything is possible these days. There's like magic happening.
Yeah. But there's better things to do in my time as well. Anyway, but no, that's been amazing. A real masterclass, completely on the money. Obviously, it totally resonated for me. Everything you said made absolute sense. But more to the point, I genuinely hope that our listeners and viewers found that it made sense for them too. And for goodness sake, send for that book. I know I nearly froze my screen there while I nipped off to get it, but I thought, I can wait 5 minutes. Can I? Yeah, I better, because I need to hang around to thank you so much for appearing on Goalbusters today, Larisa.
You're very welcome.
Thank you again. And remember, everybody, keep goal busting and make your future self proud. Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Goalbusters. If you're enjoying it, please subscribe, rate and review it on your favourite podcast platform. Your support is very much appreciated. And if you're ready to boost your online profits, skyrocket your productivity, crush procrastination, and see a positive change in your bank balance, all within just 30 days, this is your opportunity. Take my free 5-day challenge at www.skyrocketyourproductivitychallenge.com.